Hi everyone, welcome back to Stamp with Anna, and today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute envelope style card. And I'm using here the new cardstock, the in color cardstock, and the designer series paper, and that's all I'm using, no stamping. This is a cute little envelope style fun fold. And here this is the one we made at class yesterday, and I'll tell you about those little closures when we get there. But let me first show you how we made it. This one here is the purple one, excuse me, the Fresh Freesia one is one that I made as my sample, and yesterday at class we made this one, and I used the soft succulent as as my background color. Now this is the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper, and it is in the new annual catalog. It has a coordinating stamp set, which is called Pansy Patch, and you can build your own pansies, whatever color you want. You have leaves and stems and all that, and then it has these great sentiments on it. And it has a coordinating die set that has the pansies on it. Now I want to show you what I did. Because I have my class virtually, I can't sell stamped images. It's against Stampin' Up! Policy. So I really wanted to use these pansies, and I discovered that the dies cut out the pansies that are on the designer series paper. There's the large one, and it cuts out the small one. Then on one of the other designer series papers, there are leaves, and then there are dies that will cut out the leaves. So even though at our virtual class we were unable to stamp these beautiful pansies, we were still able to use them because I was able to die cut them out of the coordinating designer series paper. And the paper is just beautiful. So we have that background, and then we have this one. I love gingham. Gingham's one of my favorite designs. And we have all of these other papers that are just so pretty. But let me just show you how we made this particular card. Now I already have some kits cut, but I do want to show you how I made the background envelope. So I've already got mine all cut in the right colors because I did make up my kits for the class, but I'm going to show you anyway how I did it. So this is a piece, I'm using the basic white here, but in this case it was Fresh Freesia, and in this case it was soft succulent. This paper measures 5.5 by 10.5, so you can only get one card per 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, which is a drawback, but that's okay. It's worth it. And so this here, long side, 10.5 side along the top, I'm going to score this at 3 and at 7 1/4. And fold it up. This is the base of my card. And so this is going to be my envelope. Now one of these flaps is a tad bit longer than the other. So that's the one I'm going to work on, okay? Now I have a piece of designer series paper that is 5.5 by 3. And I'm going to cut that out of this longer flap here. Now when I die cut it, I have to die cut it together because I want this angle to be the exact same. So although on my finished card this is flush right up to the top, when I'm die cutting it, it's not going to be that way. I'm going to drop this down. Let's pretend this is all one piece. I'm going to drop this down about 1/4 inch, and then using the new die, the new basic borders dies, and you can see you have all of these great borders. I'm going to use this one, and again I'm going to bring this down like this. It's about 1/4 inch. And again, pretend that this is a whole piece of designer series paper. I'm going to line this up. Okay, there's my corner piece, and I'm going to run this through my Big Shot. I'm going to run it through the long way, and I'm just going to cut this piece out. Okay, after it comes out of my Big Shot, this is what it's going to look like. This is what the back piece is going to look like, and then I have these 2 small pieces here. Okay, and now I'm going to start to put it together. Now remember, when I cut this, in order to get the same angle, I cut it down this way, right? There was that gap there. When I attach it, I'm going to bring it all the way up to the seam line so that I have a little border here, okay? So again, when I ran it through this way. I ran it through with a gap, but as I'm attaching it, I'm going to bring it all the way up, and that's how I was able to get my border there, and the border is perfectly even. So now I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on this, and I'm going to bring it up to that score line and drop it down, and now I have that really pretty border. Okay. Now I have this little piece here, and we didn't want to throw that away, right? So on my original one, let me show you 2 different ways. On my original one, when I attached this piece, I brought it right up to the soft succulent one, right up to there, okay? On the one I did yesterday, I dropped it down a little bit, and I gave it a bigger border. So depending on what you're going to do, you could stamp your sentiment right here. If you had a large sentiment, you would want to bring this all the way up so that you have room for your stamp. If you have a smaller sentiment, you can drop it down like I did with the one on yesterday's card. So either way is fine. What I'm going to do is just come in and use, this would probably be best if you used liquid glue, because you have a little bit more ability to maneuver it. But as you can see, because it was cut, they were all cut at the same time. They all went through the Big Shot at the same time. They fit perfectly. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. And now we have what looks like a seamless envelope. So now all we have to do is put the card together. And here I have a piece of basic white, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And this is going to go on the inside of my card. Now I have already die cut all of my little pansies out of that designer series paper. Now all I have to do is place them on my card. So I'm going to put some adhesive on the back and just arrange them how I want them to look. You do want to make it look realistic, so kind of overlap them. And now I have my 3 little leaves. And again, same thing. I'm just going to turn them over. And again, liquid glue would probably be the easiest way to go with this. And I'm going to just attach them here and there. This one here, I want it to hang off the front of my card just to give it some dimension. So I'm going to put it on like that. This one is going to go up here. And this one is going to go maybe right in between the 2 of them right there. And there's my card. The last thing I want to do is I want to show you the little hook and loop closures. I got these from Amazon. and they're Velcro. They're 3/8 of an inch circles, and you get 56 pieces. So they come like this. You have, just like regular Velcro, you have a sheet that is the rough side and a sheet that is the smooth side. The trick is to put it together before you attach it on your card. So I'm going to take one of the circles from the rough side, and this is self-adhesive. You don't need any adhesive. And I'm going to just place it on the soft side, okay, and push it together. They're attached, and now I'm going to peel it off. I'm going to put it right there, and then I'm going to press it down. And that way I know for sure that they meet each other. They fit perfectly fine. See that? And there's my card. Super quick and easy after you die cut those and you make your little your cuts. And I think I might have confused you a little bit. I hope I didn't while I was showing you how I made that cut, but it really is pretty simple. If you have any questions at all about this project or any of the products I used, please contact me through my blog, www.stampwithana.blogspot.com. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you'd give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And finally, if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator with whom you work, certainly connect with me and I'll be glad to send you out a brand new catalog. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you back here later for some more cards.